everyone. So welcome to our another informative video. So I've been getting quite a few messages to make a video with simple steps on how to claim work from home tax. So there's a disclaimer that I'm not a tax expert. So whatever I'm going to tell you will be very easy to do and it will be in layman terms. Now, what I did to create this video. So what I did, I actually researched a bit, then I spoke to some revenue reps, and lastly, I actually filed my own tax relief. So whatever I'm going to tell you will be very simple and very easy to do. But before starting the video with the steps on how you can file it, I'm going to start with the basics first. So let's start with the video. So this is just a generic practice which I always follow, which is to refer back to the documentation. So I received this document from PwC referring to an update on e-working, and there's definitely some good news for employees who are working from home during COVID-19 restrictions. So here are some of the important things which you can read, like who is an e-worker, treatment of expenses of an e-worker, what expenses can be claimed via employees' tax return. And I believe this is the important one, and I'll try to go deeper into it. Here, I assume you'll have some questions like what expenses you can claim for. So you can claim for 10% of the cost of electricity and heat and 30% of the cost of broadband. Second question which you'll have is how to calculate the amount of tax relief. So I'll actually show you this through an example. So park it for now. Next question which you might have would be, what if there are 2 or more people living in the same apartment and sharing the bills? So in that case, the cost of bills should be apportioned or shared between the individuals based on the amount paid by them. And I'll show you how you can do that in the system further in the video. So keep on watching the video till the end. So to give you an example of how you can actually calculate your tax relief. So here let's take an example of myself. So let's say Ruchira works 230 days or total days in a year, out of which she has worked 150 days working from home. The utility bills which I've mentioned, which are heat and electricity, 2000. So let's assume 2000 I've paid for heat and electricity. Broadband I've paid 500. And some of the things we are assuming which are higher tax rate. Let's say I'm paying a higher tax rate of 40%. And there's a note which I've mentioned that my employer does not make a tax-free payment towards expenses. So these are something which I'm assuming, and that's the scenario. So now we want to calculate two things. One, apportionment for days worked from home, and allowable expenses and I want to calculate these two things for heat and electricity. Just bear with my writing, and broadband. So I want to show you that how you can calculate. So for apportionment or shared expenses for days worked from home, how you can calculate that. So heat and electricity, which the bill was 2000 into the days you have worked from home, 150, divided by the number of days in a year. And similarly for broadband as well. So broadband you have paid 500 into number of days worked from home, 150, and days in a year. Sorry, it will be 205. Sorry, that was my bad. So now on this amount, we'll calculate the allowable expenses, which would be 822,205
So on heat and electricity, it has been mentioned that the claim would be 10%, and on broadband, it has been mentioned that the claim would be 30%. So 822 into 10% and 205 into 30%. So after calculation, it will be 82, and 205 into 30% is 62. So I'm actually rounding up this figure. So now the total amount of e-working expense that you can claim would be 82 plus 62, which will be the total of which would be 144, out of which or whatever I've assumed on here, that you are paying a higher tax rate of 40%. So the tax relief which you will receive would be 144 into 40%, which will be 58. So that's how you can actually calculate what you can claim and what you will actually receive. Now let's understand how you can claim these expenses in the system. And just to add that you can't claim tax return on computer and office equipments that you have purchased. So step 1 is to log in into your revenue account. Step 2, click on Review Year 2017-2020. After that, select 2020 and click on Amend Income Tax Return. There will be a pop-up. Click OK. Next step is to complete your tax return by filling a 5 steps form. So provide all your information as in personal details, pay income, non-pay income, tax relief, and the final declaration. Now, when you actually open tax relief, there will be an option for remote working. So inside tax relief, click on your job and then there will be option remote working. Before starting to fill the form, you need to calculate the exact days you have been working from home, excluding paid holidays. And that's the form which you need to fill. In the first question, select yes if you were getting 3.20 per day from your employer and mention the amount. In other case, select no. Mention the amount of bills paid and days worked remotely, which you have already calculated earlier. One more thing, if you are sharing your bills with 2 or more people, then you need to mention the shared amount which you are paying. If you have further doubts with this, then put your questions in the comment and I'll try to help you out. Now, the next step is to click on Add and upload reference letter which you need to get from your employer. This simply works as an evidence that you have worked remotely for these many days. The next and final step is to upload the copies of the bills in the receipt tracker, and for that you need to go back to the main page wherein you need to go to Manage My Record and find Receipts Tracker, add a new receipt and follow the rest of the steps. Select Remote Working in the expense type, select the type of bill you want to upload, and finally upload your bills, and that's it.
So that's it for today, and if you really like the video, then please like, share and subscribe to our channel, and we'll try to make more informative videos like these. And also, if you have any questions, any doubts, anything, just drop your question in the comment below, and I'll definitely try to find out the answers and help you. Thank you so much. So bye, see you next time.